first murder in human history started with two brothers and one beautiful girl. Today, I'll tell you the story that led to the very first murder. Exiled from Eden, Adam and Eve toiled the earth with sweat and blood, building a world after paradise. But in the shadows, another gaze lingered. Samael, the same being who once whispered to Eve as the serpent in Eden. He had seen Eve's beauty in the forbidden garden, and the memory burned within him. Eve remained steadfast, pure. So Samael chose deception. He reshaped himself into Adam's form, and in the quiet of night, Eve believed she was in her husband's arms. From this union came twins, Cain and Luluwa. The secret stayed hidden. The world believed they were Adam's children. Before Cain and Luluwa, Eve had already borne twins from Adam, Abel and Aclima, pure-born. Abel, a simple shepherd, hands hardened by honest labor, quiet and steadfast. Aclima, gentle, radiant, her beauty a reminder of paradise lost. Her kindness was as natural as her striking beauty stirred quiet tensions between the brothers, feelings left unspoken but growing. As tensions simmered between the brothers, by chance, God decided to see which of his children was truly generous, a test that only made their rivalry more intense. He asked each of them for an offering. Abel brought the first and finest calf he owned, everything he had. Cain, a wealthy farmer, brought an abundance of crops but kept the best for himself. God accepted Abel's offering and turned away from Cain's. Frustration and jealousy began to burn in Cain's heart. He whispered to himself,
"Why is my abundance worth less than a simple calf?"
That spark of resentment would soon ignite a tragedy, unlike any the world had seen. Humanity teetered on the edge of extinction. God commanded that each brother marry his twin sister, Cain with Luluwa, ordinary in appearance, but loyal, kind, and warm. Abel with Aclima, radiant and breathtaking. Luluwa had always been by Cain's side, gentle and devoted. But Cain's eyes were on Aclima's beauty.
"I want Aclima,"
he insisted.
"She is more beautiful. She deserves me."
Abel's voice was calm but firm.
Aclima is my twin. She is mine.
Luluwa watched silently, her heart wounded by Cain's desire for her sister instead of her. Bound by God's command, Cain outwardly submitted. But in his mind, resentment festered. First, his offering had been overlooked. Now, the most beautiful, Aclima, was claimed by Abel. Jealousy and frustration ignited within him. He followed Abel to a silent, empty field, lifted a heavy stone from the earth, and struck him down. The first murder in human history. Terrified, blood staining his trembling hands, Cain abandoned the body. Then a black raven appeared, digging the earth with its beak, burying another dead raven. Cain watched and learned. God asked,
"Where is your brother?"
Cain replied.
"Am I my brother's keeper?"
God knew the truth and exiled Cain east of Eden. Cain had lost his place in the divine line. God granted Adam and Eve another son, Seth, steadfast of heart. Seth stayed with the family, growing up with Luluwa and Aclima. Meanwhile, Cain endured years of bitter exile, alone with nothing but his regret. Eventually, loneliness broke him. He pleaded with God,
"At least return Luluwa, my rightful share."
In mercy, God allowed it. Luluwa knew Cain had never wanted her for herself. Aclima's beauty had blinded him. But she also knew something else. There was no world in which she could compete. Even Seth, like all the brothers before him, would one day choose Aclima. There was no other path, no choice left but acceptance. Their bitter union bore Enoch, the beginning of the exiled lineage. Still, Cain feared vengeance. So God placed a mark upon him and declared,
Whoever kills Cain will suffer sevenfold.
two lineages now existed. Cain, the greedy man, remained in exile. Beyond Eden, Abel's pure successor, Seth, united with Aclima, the most virtuous of women. From them, the true lineage of humanity continued. And Luluwa, the kind-hearted daughter of Eve, whose heart was an ocean, was bound forever to exile because the world chose beauty over devotion. So tell me, was Luluwa punished for a crime? Or for not being beautiful enough?